The future, as seen from 1987, is almost upon us. Urban Manhunt is a new tabletop miniatures game from Spectrum Games that brings to life a violent and cruel sport that borders on reality television. Colin Lionel here. I'm supposed to tell you about the hottest sport in history, Urban Manhunt. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past several decades, you already know what it is. But for you rock dwellers, I'll explain. Matches in Urban Manhunt take place in zones, sectioned off areas of partially destroyed cities that are used as prisons. Highly trained, larger-than-life mercenaries known as hunters are set loose in the zone to compete with each other by eliminating crims, prisoners who volunteer to take their chances in return for full pardons if they survive. Each crim is assigned a point value by the Urban Manhunt Regulation Committee based on their competency. When a hunter eliminates the crim, they receive that number of points. This amount can be modified by the live studio audience based on how flashy, interesting, or gory the elimination is. The hunter with the most points when the time limit expires wins the match. Scattered throughout the zone are 5 entry points, called tubes, from which crims enter play at the beginning of a match and sporadically throughout the match. The zone also contains 3 pods, small crates that contain rewards to any hunter that opens them. Rewards range from ammunition and med spray to performance-enhancing drugs and adrenaline shots. So join us Monday and Friday nights for Colin Lionel Live right here on the People's Network to get the best matches and commentary in Urban Manhunt. What makes Urban Manhunt different? The miniatures gaming market is laden with more games than ever before, which is absolutely a good thing. However, it also means that a game has to offer something exciting and new in order to thrive. Fortunately, Urban Manhunt brings a lot to the table in that regard. There are 3 laws of Urban Manhunt. Law number 1. You shouldn't have to spend a lot of money to play a game. In Urban Manhunt, each player takes on the role of a single hunter. They can choose to play one of the iconic hunters such as Neon Leon, Blue Beret, or Crazy Joe Hacker. Alternatively, players may choose to play a hunter of their own design, made possible by our simple-to-use but versatile hunter creation system. Each player needing only 1 miniature ensures that you won't have to take out a mortgage just to buy into Urban Manhunt, especially since you can use practically any miniature you already own. Do you have a power-armored space soldier lying around? Stat it up! Or is there a medieval halberd-wielding warrior lurking in your collection? Hey, hunters with gimmicks are everywhere, so stat it up! What about a green-skinned brute with beady eyes and a big axe? Mutants are a thing in the game world. Stat it up! It's not just the miniatures cost that has been kept down. The rulebook will be available at a reasonable price as well. Part of the reason this is possible is because the interior pages have been laid out in black and white rather than full color, allowing us to offer the customer a lower price point. But don't worry, the book may be black and white, but make no mistake, it's gorgeous. Don't take our word for it. Have a look at some of the 2-page spreads. As you can see, each page is lovingly crafted and adorned with evocative art by Patrick Sullivan and Nolan Segrest. Even though Urban Manhunt employs the use of various types of cards, in addition to 8, 10, and 12-sided dice, you won't be forced to purchase another product. All the cards are available to be printed out on the Urban Manhunt website. The second law of Urban Manhunt. Get ready for an entirely new gameplay dynamic. Wargamers accustomed to the traditional one player's group attacks the other player's group setup are in for an exciting surprise. Urban Manhunt creates an altogether different dynamic. The Players are still competing against one another, but hunters are forbidden to attack other hunters. Rather, the hunters attack the Crims in an effort to gain points for eliminating them. The Crims' actions are controlled by the game system itself. Some Crims may hide in the ruins or flee, while others go straight for the hunters, ready for a fight. It's all dictated by an intuitive game mechanic involving control cards and the Crims' demeanors. Crims are represented on the tabletop by 2D stand-up miniatures found on the Urban Manhunt website. Print them, cut them out, fold them up, and you are ready to roll. The third and final law of Urban Manhunt. Every match should be memorable. Each match in Urban Manhunt tells a story. More importantly, each match tells an exciting story, one that will assuredly be remembered for years to come. One part of the equation is the implementation of event cards. These cards are drawn at various times throughout the match. Sometimes their effects have to be resolved immediately. The weather goes sour, a heavily damaged building collapses, a structure becomes infested with giant razor-toothed rats, a hunter steps on a landmine, and so on. Other times, the cards are placed in the player's hand and can be played later in the game. Another aspect that helps to ensure that each match is memorable is that each hunter's stats represent their personalities as much as their capabilities. In fact, no two hunters can spend their momentum, a spendable resource awarded to a hunter for doing well, the same way. Every hunter has their own list of options that their momentum can be spent on. As you can see, Urban Manhunt isn't just another miniatures game. It delivers a new and refreshing gaming experience for you and your group to engage in. So get suited up, grab your signature weapon, and enter the zone. The future's not bright, but at least it's not boring.